Welcome to my channel. Here you'll find motivational content, personal growth tips, and empowering advice to help you become the best version of yourself. If you're ready to take charge of your life and level up, hit that subscribe button and join me on this exciting journey. We live in a world where we're constantly encouraged to be friendly, approachable, and pleasant. We're told that being nice will open doors, will make us likable, and will ensure we have positive relationships with everyone. But there's something I want to challenge today. The idea that being too friendly is always a virtue. Sometimes in trying to please everyone, we forget the most important person we need to be true to is ourselves. And this is something that, if we don't recognize early enough, can lead us down paths where we end up feeling drained, undervalued, or even overlooked. Being too friendly can often be a shield we use to avoid conflict, to avoid standing out, or to avoid disappointing others. But this kind of behavior, driven by a need for external validation, can be dangerous. You see, when you are constantly concerned with what others think, you lose sight of who you are and what you want. It's important to understand that being liked by everyone is not a goal worth pursuing. Not everyone will understand your path, your values, or your vision. And that's okay. You don't need everyone to agree with you, and you certainly don't need to make everyone comfortable just for the sake of your own peace. Here's the truth: you cannot please everyone. No matter how friendly or accommodating you are, there will always be people who misunderstand your intentions, who take advantage of your kindness, or who expect more than you're capable of giving. And when you keep trying to be everything to everyone, you begin to lose your sense of self. You start saying yes when you mean no, and doing things because you don't want to disappoint someone, not because you genuinely want to do them. But here's the thing: if you don't set boundaries and stand your ground, you're essentially allowing the world to dictate your life. And that is a recipe for burnout. What happens when you stop being too friendly and start being more intentional about your interactions with others? You create space for yourself to be authentic. You allow yourself to pursue what matters to you and to prioritize your own goals. When you stop worrying about being overly accommodating to others, you start taking control of your time, your energy, and your life. You stop people pleasing and begin making decisions that are aligned with your values and aspirations. And that's where true power lies. Learning to say no is not a weakness, it's a strength. It's a declaration that your time is valuable. It's a statement that you are worthy of respect and that you are committed to your own journey. When you stop trying to be everything for everyone, you begin to build a life that is truly yours. You begin to align with people who support your ambitions, who respect your boundaries, and who bring out the best in you. You also begin to attract relationships that are built on mutual respect and understanding rather than obligation. Being too friendly often results in relationships where you are giving more than you are receiving, where you are pouring from an empty cup, and where you are expected to be the one who always compromises. True, meaningful relationships are rooted in honesty, trust, and respect. They require you to be yourself, to express your needs, and to stand firm in your beliefs. Being too friendly often means you let your own needs take a back seat. But real connection can only happen when both parties are able to be their authentic selves. Stop being too friendly with the expectation that it will lead to approval, affection, or validation from others. Instead, focus on building connections with people who see and appreciate you for who you really are. This doesn't mean you need to shut people out or stop being kind or caring. It means you get to choose where you invest your time and energy. It's about striking a balance between being warm and approachable while maintaining your sense of individuality and self-respect. You see, being too friendly can also prevent you from recognizing the importance of personal space and time for reflection. When you're constantly trying to please others, you often neglect the time and space you need to recharge, to grow, and to reflect on your own goals. It's essential to create boundaries, to say no to commitments that don't align with your vision, and to take time for yourself. Only when you have that space can you begin to think critically about your life, your choices, and your future. Furthermore, being too friendly can often result in a lack of respect for your boundaries. When you are always saying yes, when you are always available, when you are always the person who can be relied on, you start teaching others that your time and your energy are limitless. But no one has limitless energy, and if you're constantly putting others before yourself, eventually you'll have nothing left to give. By setting boundaries, by saying no when necessary, and by being more intentional with your time, you teach others to respect your limits, and you teach yourself to do the same. This is where self-care comes in. Real self-care isn't just about taking bubble baths or going for walks, though those things can help. It's about respecting your own time, your own energy, and your own needs. It's about honoring yourself enough to stop being overly accommodating and to start showing up for yourself. It's about being assertive enough to say that your goals, your well-being, and your peace of mind are just as important as anyone else's. It's important to remember that it's not selfish to take care of yourself. It's not selfish to prioritize your own needs, to say no, or to take space for your personal growth. In fact, it's one of the most self-loving things you can do. Only when you honor your own needs can you truly show up for others in a meaningful way. When you stop being too friendly in the sense that you're overextending yourself for the sake of others, you start finding the balance between being there for others and being there for yourself. Your life, your energy, and your time are precious, and they deserve to be treated as such. By understanding that you don't have to be overly friendly to be loved or respected, you set yourself up for deeper, more fulfilling relationships and a life that is rooted in authenticity and self-respect. Setting boundaries is a crucial skill that many of us overlook, especially in a world where we are encouraged to be accommodating, friendly, and available at all times. We often feel the pressure to say yes to everything, be it social invitations, work requests, or personal commitments, because we fear disappointing others or missing out. However, what we fail to realize is that in saying yes to everything, we are saying no to ourselves. When we fail to set boundaries, we stretch ourselves too thin, leaving us emotionally drained, overextended, and sometimes even resentful. That's why setting boundaries is essential. It allows us to preserve our energy, maintain our well-being, and ensure that we are showing up as the best versions of ourselves. When we talk about boundaries, it's important to recognize that they are not a sign of selfishness, but rather a sign of self-respect. Boundaries help us define what is acceptable and what isn't in our relationships, our work, and our personal life. They allow us to say no when something doesn't align with our values or when we simply don't have the energy to commit to something. Setting clear boundaries helps us protect our emotional health and gives us the space to focus on our priorities, which in turn improves the quality of our interactions with others. The first aspect of setting boundaries is understanding your limits. Knowing your limits means understanding what you can handle without sacrificing your well-being. It's recognizing when you're reaching your capacity, whether it's emotionally, mentally, or physically. Many people struggle with this because we often operate in a state of constant busyness, trying to do it all, and we forget to check in with ourselves. We forget to listen to our bodies and minds when they signal that they need rest, space, or simply a break. This is where boundaries come in. They allow us to step back and assess whether what we're taking on is sustainable or if it's starting to push us too far. It's essential to remember that boundaries are a way of communicating our needs to others. When we fail to set boundaries, we inadvertently send the message that we are available to everyone at all times, that we have no limits, and that we will always prioritize others over ourselves. But when we set boundaries, we communicate that we value our time and energy. We let people know that we are deserving of respect and that our time is not infinite. Boundaries establish a clear understanding of what we are willing and able to give and what we are not. This is important not only for our own well-being, but for the well-being of our relationships as well. Setting boundaries is also a form of self-care. It's about taking ownership of your life and ensuring that you are creating the space to thrive. We cannot pour from an empty cup. If we continuously give and give without replenishing our own energy, we will eventually burn out. This is where boundaries become essential. They allow us to say no to the things that drain us and yes to the things that bring us joy, peace, and fulfillment. By protecting our time, we protect our mental and emotional health. We give ourselves the time to rest, reflect, and recharge so that we can show up fully in the areas of our lives that matter most to us. In relationships, boundaries are equally important. When we fail to set boundaries, we may find ourselves in situations where others take advantage of our time, energy, or kindness. People may ask more of us than we are willing or able to give. And when we say yes to everything, we end up feeling resentful, unappreciated, and overburdened. Boundaries help prevent this. They allow us to establish what is and isn't acceptable in our interactions with others. For example, if someone repeatedly asks for your time and energy without offering anything in return, setting a boundary helps communicate that you are not available for one-sided relationships. Setting boundaries allows us to cultivate healthier, more balanced connections where mutual respect and understanding are key. Another critical aspect of setting boundaries is that they teach others how to treat us. When we set clear, firm boundaries, we send a message that we are not to be taken for granted. People will respect us more when we respect ourselves enough to draw lines around what is acceptable and what is not. Boundaries also help us avoid situations where we feel manipulated, coerced, or taken advantage of. In environments where boundaries are respected, people feel safe, valued, and understood. They feel that their time, their emotions, and their needs are important, which leads to greater trust and respect in the relationship. However, setting boundaries is not always easy. It often requires courage and assertiveness, especially if you are not used to saying no or if you fear conflict. Many people struggle with guilt when setting boundaries, feeling as though they are being rude or inconsiderate. But in reality, boundaries are about protecting your own well-being so that you can show up as your best self. It's important to remember that you don't have to explain yourself every time you say no. You don't owe anyone an explanation for prioritizing your own health and happiness. Saying no is not a reflection of how much you care about someone. It's a reflection of how much you care about yourself. It's also important to note that setting boundaries doesn't mean shutting people out. It simply means being intentional about where and how you invest your time and energy. By setting boundaries, you create a structure that allows you to focus on what matters most to you. You can still be present for the people in your life, but you do so in a way that doesn't drain you or compromise your well-being. Boundaries give you the space to nurture your relationships while also nurturing yourself. In conclusion, setting boundaries is not only an act of self-care, but an essential practice for living a fulfilling, balanced life. It allows you to preserve your time, energy, and emotional health while also creating healthier, more respectful relationships with others. Boundaries are a reflection of your self-worth, and by setting them, you are saying that you deserve respect, balance, and peace in your life. It may take time to establish these boundaries, but once you do, you will find that you are able to show up for others in a way that is meaningful, authentic, and sustainable. The danger of people-pleasing lies in the way it slowly erodes your sense of self. It starts innocently enough, wanting to make others happy, ensuring that no one feels disappointed or upset with you. However, over time, this pattern can consume you. You start saying yes to things you don't truly want to do, agreeing to commitments that drain you, and sacrificing your own needs for the sake of others' comfort. People-pleasing can make you lose sight of who you are, what you stand for, and what you truly desire in life. It's easy to slip into this habit, especially when you are raised in environments or cultures where putting others first is seen as a virtue. But the truth is, constantly trying to please everyone not only prevents you from living authentically, but also leaves you feeling resentful and unfulfilled. When you're caught in the cycle of people-pleasing, you become overly concerned with the opinions and expectations of others. You start to base your self-worth on how others view you or how they react to your actions. Your happiness becomes directly tied to other people's approval, and when that approval isn't forthcoming, it can cause a deep sense of inadequacy and frustration. The problem is that no matter how hard you try, you will never be able to please everyone. People have different values, different opinions, and different expectations. What pleases one person might not please another, and you'll find yourself constantly changing to meet the ever-shifting demands of the people around you. This constant adaptation leads to a loss of personal identity. The more you try to fit into someone else's mold, the more disconnected you become from your true self. People-pleasing is often rooted in fear of rejection, fear of conflict, fear of disappointing others, and fear of being judged. At its core, it stems from a desire for external validation and a need to be accepted. But this need for validation can be incredibly damaging because it keeps you from being true to yourself. When you seek external approval as the main source of your self-worth, you hand over your power to others. You give them control over your emotions, decisions, and action. You may find yourself doing things you don't believe in or supporting ideas and causes that don't align with your values, all because you want to avoid the discomfort of saying no or expressing a differing opinion. This fear of conflict is another powerful force behind people-pleasing. Many of us are conditioned to avoid conflict at all costs, believing that peace and harmony can only be achieved by agreeing with everyone and making everyone happy. But avoiding conflict by always pleasing others is not a sustainable or healthy way to live. In fact, it often leads to deeper problems. When you suppress your own opinions and desires to avoid confrontation, you end up building resentment. You begin to feel unappreciated and taken advantage of because deep down you know that you're not being authentic. The longer this goes on, the more frustrated and disconnected you feel. At the heart of people pleasing is the inability to say no. We often feel guilty or selfish when we turn down a request or decline an invitation, even when we know we don't have the time or energy for it. But here's the reality. Saying no is one of the most powerful tools you can use to protect your mental and emotional well-being. It's not about being rude or unkind. It's about being clear and assertive about your limits. Learning to say no with confidence is an act of self-respect. It's about protecting your energy, your time, and your focus. When you say no, you create space for the things that truly matter to you, the things that align with your values and goals. People-pleasing can also have a significant impact on your relationships. When you are always trying to make others happy, you may find yourself in relationships that are imbalanced, where you're constantly giving but not receiving. These relationships can feel draining because they're based on obligation rather than mutual respect and understanding. True relationships, whether they are friendships, family bonds, or romantic partnerships, are built on authenticity. They thrive when both individuals feel safe to express their true selves, to say no when needed, and to prioritize their own needs alongside each other's. When you are constantly people-pleasing, you rob yourself and others of the opportunity to have genuine, meaningful connections. You may feel resentful over time, but the problem isn't that the other person is asking too much of you. It's that you haven't set the proper boundaries in the first place. Moreover, people-pleasing can lead to burnout. When you are constantly putting others' needs above your own, you exhaust your own resources, emotionally, mentally, and physically. The demands of trying to meet everyone else's expectations can leave you feeling depleted, anxious, and overwhelmed. You may find yourself neglecting your own needs for self-care and personal development because you're too busy trying to meet the endless demands of others. But when you keep giving without replenishing yourself, you eventually run out of energy to give to anyone. In those moments, the people you're trying to please will not feel the impact of your sacrifice, but you will.